I just want to say, I think Jalissa can agree on this one. The part where it says don't eat meat, that's a covenant that has something to do with the Israelites. It's not just, it's for Jesus' own people. It's not for people altogether. It's for the people that he brought from Egypt, that they shouldn't be eating meat because that is considered, or blood from an animal, because that's disgusting and stuff like that. It's not just like everybody all together. That's an Old Testament thing, and that's for the Israelites. I just want to say, I brought up the thing, it had nothing to do with the LGBTQ. I brought it up because I said it's natural order that for a man and woman to procreate. I brought that up because the way I was taught, and I used to be Baptist, I'm not anymore, is that Eve wanted to be equal to Adam. But because she wanted that, she was restored and replaced with the Eve that we know in the Bible. So that's why I brought it up, because again, women, we're not just created to procreate. That's a stereotype. We are more than just being an at-home person that, take cares of a husband and things of that sort. But the thing that I brought up about for man to lay with boy, that was literally just put in the Bible again. 1946 has nothing to do with homosexuality. It has a lot to do with, again, pedophilia. That's why I brought that up. I didn't mean to get it misconstrued, but everybody was sort of talking to me, at the same time. Mm-hmm. And I did get overwhelmed, but
that's okay. And that's why we need to speak like one at a time, because people can't get overstimulated, and it can be too hectic when everybody has something to say.
Yeah, and I only stepped in because y'all came in when Keeping was already doing a rebuttal with, I forgot the young lady's name. He dropped off, though. He's not here. He's the one that started talking about natural order and Muslim and stuff, but he brought that up. He brought that up for a different topic, and he derailed the entire conversation. Her topic on the board is you cannot be pro-black if you don't support the LGBTQ community. Right? That was the topic. He went into he didn't address anything about pro-blackness or how the two correlate with one another. He went straight into homosexuality and Muslim and his religion and natural order and all this other crap that didn't nobody ask him about. And then everybody started rebutting, and then it got into a religious argument real fast.
But, the reason I came up here was for that topic, because I wanted to answer. The reason why you can't be, you cannot be pro-black and not support the LGBTQ plus is because it was black individuals that started that movement. That's why I came up here to answer, but it did get derailed. And again, I do apologize for that, but I'm going to drop, and
I don't blame none of y'all. And I'm sure the host
thank you for coming up. No, that's usually when we do talk about the LGBTQ, religion is always brought up into it, because people believe that religion has to do with that, but
I believe that spirit is spiritual.
You believe what's spiritual? The LGBTQ?
Everything in this life is spiritual that doesn't come into agreement with God. Like anything that's outside of God's will is spiritual. So at the end of the day, we have an adversary. He tries to influence our thoughts, our desires through by being a deceiver, by placing seeds into our brain, thoughts into our head that we can come into agreement with or we can rebuke. If we don't rebuke it,
I have a question for you. How do you know it was not the devil who put into your mind that God was real?
So I know that because the devil's not going to deliver me from the devil. I used to be a part of the LGBTQ community. It started when I was really young. I thought that this was me. I thought this was who I was. I even went as far as to becoming almost pansexual, where I was watching T-Corn on the low, and I was actually attracted to trans women. So at the end of the day, I thought that was me. I thought that's who I was. I thought that I just was someone who liked everyone. But once I surrendered to God, once I revealed the truth about the essay that I went through when I was younger and things of that nature, God literally came into my life and he straight delivered me. I didn't pray it away. I didn't get on my knees and say, Lord, please, I don't want to be like this. He just took it away. And then he revealed the truth behind it, that from people telling me I was going to be this way, it's something that I just came into agreement with. The enemy uses people. He'll use a sibling to tell you that you're going to be gay all the time. And then you're young, so you're thinking, am I going to be gay? Am I gay? Do they know something about me that I don't know about myself? And you come into agreement with that. Now you're going through this mental struggle. So I know because I was delivered from it.
Okay, yeah, we can sit and agree that some people might explore their sexuality, but actually just be straight, and they just realize that that's not for them. But that's some people.
I want to say something. It was something that I actually enjoyed. Like, I enjoyed going
Also,
down
that's
on a
not
girl.
also wait, that's the thing. That's not what pansexual. Wait, hold on. I want to say one more thing. That's not what pansexual means either. You liking everybody doesn't mean that you're pansexual means that you like somebody based off their personality, not who they are visually. That's pansexual.
I know, absolutely.
That's what I'm just saying, because when you said that you was pansexual because you found trans women attractive, that's not pansexual. That's just
I don't. So at the end of the day, my point in saying that was that I don't discriminate against anyone. If I liked someone's personality, I'd be attracted to them. It didn't matter if they were trans. It didn't matter if they were they, them, us, whatever. Like, if I liked their personality, I would have been attracted to them. I know what pansexual means.
I'm just saying, because when you said that you were pansexual because you like trans women, that's why I was like, nah, that's like misconception.
Oh no, I was just using that as an example. I was just being transparent, like.
Okay, no.
Okay, that's the thing, because I know Tommy or this person below me wanted to talk, but I was just gonna say that the part when they say something about pansexual being personality, I thought it was something you don't care what their gender is, not just based on personality, because there's another sexuality that is about you finding attraction to somebody's personality, and I don't know what it's.
That's demisexual. Demisexual means that you like somebody's personality, and
there's another sexuality that's called
sapiosexual
demisexual or something. I don't know what it is, but that's what it's called. So that's why I'm basically saying, like, which one is actually, because there's multiple sexualities. So which one is it?
Sapiosexual is intelligence. You like someone's intelligence, and the other one's personality.
You said what? I didn't hear you.
They said. Oh, go ahead, Leigh.
Sapio is intelligence, and then Pam would be personality. I think that's what it is.
I'm saying what is demisexual, because demisexual is based on personality. That's why I'm basically saying pansexual cannot be just personality. I thought it doesn't matter what gender it is.
Hold on, I thought demisexual meant that you wouldn't do anything with that person until you knew who they were. Like, actually, I'm gonna look it up because I don't
fucking know about this sexuality.
I'm gonna look up what demisexual.
So I just want to touch on what Jaleesa was saying at first. Basically, I just feel okay. So I feel like you weren't never a lesbian, or you weren't never pansexual. You were going through trauma, and you kind of blocked off what you really were feeling because of, you said you had the SA going on or whatnot in the past. I just feel like you were never actually attracted to the opposite sex.
I was very attracted to the opposite sex. I would look at girls on TikToks and be like, "Ooh, her ass is fat." Ooh, like I lusted over women. I was very attracted to them. I flirted with them, and I was really good at bagging them. At the end of the day, like, it was something I like. This was a part of who I was, and this is something that I fully accepted as me. And so I went through a lot of struggling with it when I was younger, because we were raised in that time where it was something that was like, if you like girls, then you were made fun of. And I had friends who would tell me that I was this way, and I would deny it and all that stuff. And it's something that as time went on, especially when it was more normalized and accepted, I just came out, and it was something that I just was. But at the end of the day, there was a root to it. And it's all spiritual. So this is not just like with the LGBTQ community that people go through this. Like, the enemy is always trying to sow seeds into your brain and tell you that you're something that God never intended you to be. He tries to.
I want to respond to that.
He does do that, but I just
one at a time. Okay, yeah, but before you respond, I want to answer Jordan. So, Jordan, demisexual is a sexual orientation characterized by only experiencing sexual attraction after making a strong emotional connection with a person.
Oh, okay, my fault.
But I kind of was correct, but I just wanted to be 100% correct on that.
Why are you separating emotions into sexuality?
Without my arm, hush up, please. Leigh, go ahead.
And this is why I always say that Black people never get true liberation until we get rid of Christianity and colonization from our mind completely. Because what she just said is exactly what slave masters would say to us. The same spirit that would take you and take yourself and lynch you by a tree, they didn't have that spirit in them. And no white person you would never in no spirit of being racist.
Okay, Ms. Locks. Well, I mean,
now there's a spirit, but now there's a spirit of homosexuality.
What I can say is that people can use the Bible and manipulate it for evil. Like anyone can take any book and manipulate it for evil, but does that mean that they're actually operating in the true spirit of God? No, that means that they literally just took the Bible and manipulated it for evil. So like when I hear
Back to what I was saying, Miss Jalissa. Back to what I was saying, Miss Jalissa. Let me go back to my point.
Jalissa,
We off the topic.
Let me go back to my point. So I'm a black trans woman myself, and it's just really like astounding to me. I'm not surprised to hear anything that you guys are saying, especially from him down there and Miss Jalissa over here. I'm not surprised at all. I just wanted to say this though: we have to really look at ourselves and always wonder why, when it comes to the conversation of gay people, when it comes to the conversation of trans people, why is it always gay men and trans women? We really need to ask ourselves that. Is it because we don't like femininity in males? Or is it because we don't like women deep down? I think it's a mixture of both. So I want you both to go check
about
yourselves.
gay women and trans? Like who said anything about? Oh, because I mentioned trans women.
No, I didn't say you. I didn't say you. That wasn't about you.
Because I was talking about the LGBTQ community in general. I mean, so obviously, like you being that you're a trans woman, you align with that community. But yeah, it's spiritual warfare. God,
right, but I'm not talking. So if it doesn't apply to you, let it fly. Right? So I'm just talking in general, because when we do have these conversations, is it a lie or is it not a lie that when we do have these conversations, who are the first people we bring up? Trans women and gay males.
Originally, you actually...
I'm talking to everybody in the panel.
Oh, but I'm just saying, when you spoke...
The response is already to you.
Well, I'm saying in general, when
oh my God, she's not talking to you.
Okay, y'all. So, Julie, what Lay is saying? If it doesn't apply to you, if the shoe don't fit, stop trying to force your foot into it.
Oh, well, she already put the shoe on me when she addressed me in the beginning.
Well, I mean, okay, so we can put it in now. It must have been.
I'm not arguing. I'm not upset.
I'm not upset.
Hold on, Lay just corrected herself. She said she was not speaking to you,
and you kept trying to start with me. So yeah, I'm upset now. What's good?
She wasn't speaking to me when she said
we can get disrespectful.
She was speaking to when she first said your name, yes, and then she went on to without my armor. If you were listening, you would have said him at the bottom. She was listening. She was talking about without my armor too, because he had said stuff before you had came onto the panel.
Damn, at the bottom.
Can I say something?
So where are you? You at the bottom. Don't be worrying about where your placement is. That's where you are. You're at the bottom.
I don't. Can I say about the actual topic? Because y'all done derailed it again. But
I'm offended.
I'm offended. I don't necessarily think that you. How do I word this? Because I'm trying to be as objective as possible to state my opinion and not be offended. I don't think that being pro-black and supporting the LGBT community are one and the same. I don't think they have enough of a direct connection to say that you can't be one without the other, especially since, while y'all were talking, I was doing some, research, and the LGBT community was actually, its earliest founder was actually a German by the name of Henry Gerber, and he started a movement that turned into the LGBTQ community. And I will also go on the outside fence, since we're only talking about that part of the topic, but I want to go back to pro-black. I would not identify as pro-black. I don't favor black for the sake of black. I don't favor black people. I would just because they are a black person in power, I favor.
Mimi, love, you're like Mimi, love, you're breaking up. I don't know if it's just like where the service where you are right now. It's just really going in and out. So I don't know if you want to drop and come back up, or you want to. I don't know. It's just going in and out. It's hard to understand.
LGBT exists though? Like, do we always forget that? Like, you don't have to support LGBT as a whole, but I think if you want to be pro-black, wouldn't you support black LGBT? That just makes sense. And in this conversation, we always talk about pro-black. Pro-black is always pro-black male, because even when it comes to supporting black women, the black community never does that.
But another thing But another thing is, when it comes to pro-black, I also feel like everybody has their own definition or own like standard of what it is to be pro-black. Like, some things that I would say are pro-black, one of my friends could also disagree and be like, no, I don't believe that you have to be there, do that, or be like that to be pro-black. So I don't feel like there's like this one definite definition of what it is to truly be pro-black. I think it varies from person to person. So I can see where everybody comes from, because it's like, if you're not ready to understand or fully grasp how big our community is, and understand the intersectionality that comes in from different communities, then you will never fully understand what it is to be pro-black. So I just think it varies.
Well, the literal definition of pro-black is actually to be in favor of black people and to also support black power and power within the black community, or black people being in position of power. I don't think that your race should determine that, in my opinion. However, on the flip side of that, I don't think that black people should continue to be oppressed when it comes to being able to progress in positions of power, or in politics, or in business, or things of that nature. Because if you earned it, goddamn it, you earned it. I don't care what color you are. You could be a Martian for all I care.
Wait, a Martian?
Black people just because they are black. Because if you on some tomfoolery, I don't care how black you are, I'm not going to support you. Because I only support black excellence. I don't support anything black. Because a lot of it be tomfoolery. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say most, majority, or put a number on it. But I have run into those kinds of cases, like black-owned businesses, that some of them are amazing, and some of them are downright trifling. I'm not going to support all of them just because they're black. That's just my opinion for it. But then again, I'm big on equality. I don't exclude or include people based off of race, gender, sexuality, or anything of the nature.
Right, but I would say that being pro-black doesn't mean you're like anti any other race. I just think being pro-black means you stand by your race, no matter if they're gay, straight, no matter if they're man, woman, you stand by them.
I feel like I kind of want to talk about this. I'm not going to say that.
Well, for this topic specifically, it says you can't be pro-black and support the LGBTQ. But, I feel like Mimi just proved the point. Yeah, you're not pro-black. I feel like pro-black is just supporting blackness in any form. Not even talking specifically about LGBTQ. But, it's fine if you pick and choose, what type of, blackness or black people you want to support. But, yeah, that just means you're not pro-black. I think that's just kind of proving the point, the entire point of the topic at hand. If you don't support black people if you don't support, listen, you don't have to support the LGBTQ community as a whole. But if you, realistically, if you don't support the black people in the LGBTQ community, that means you don't support all black people. Meaning, you are not pro-black. And that's okay. But,
I can agree with that.
Okay, could I say something about that, though?
Yes, you can say something.
Let her finish.
Wait, hold on. You can say something after they finish, though. Everybody has been cordial enough to acknowledge to let somebody finish.
I was finished. He can talk.
Okay. Go ahead, or no?
I honestly didn't mean to do it like that.
It's okay.
Yeah, so I believe that you can call yourself pro-black and not like black people. Because the reason let me explain. You're only as strong as your weakest link. If you see you have a weak link over there, you could ostracize that weak link, because we got to stay strong together. That's what I mean when I say pro-black. And I'm actually one of those people that's like, hey, I like black people just because they black people. You know what I mean? My dog is fucking. One sec.
That's okay.
That don't even make sense.
Without my armor, go ahead, since she's on. Go ahead. Can you explain why it don't make sense to you?
How you gonna say you don't support pro-black, but you don't support black people? Explain that to me like I'm seven.
That's not what I said. I said I support black people just because they're black. But you are only as strong as your weakest link. So if somebody is being a weak link, you should not be supporting them.
Shoot, his dog got some shit to say about it too. Go ahead, dog.
Explain what a weak link is. What's a weak link?
I was about to ask, what do you mean by weak, like a weak link?
My dog is wilding out. 1 sec.
Okay, anyways, hi everyone. I hope y'all are okay.
The dog don't agree with you. That's why the dog going off like that, because he's black. He don't agree with you.
Simply waiting. How's everybody's day? Jalisa, did I say that right? Is it Jalisa or Jalissa?
It's Jalissa.
Right? It's Jalisa.
Jalissa? Okay.
It's Jalissa.
It's Jalisa.
It's
It's
Jalisa.
Can we do
What is it? Jordan, stop fucking Trump. Which one is it? Jalisa? Okay,
Mhm.
okay. Did you have anything you wanted to add, or?
Yeah, I'm not pro black because I feel like that it can get very toxic with some of the people who are like saying that they're pro black to the point where like they will be oblivious to when something's done wrong, like just because a person is black, like when they'll literally just side with them and all of that. And I'm not for that. I'm for justice. I don't care who is against. And at the end of the day, like I'm pro, like, do you operate in love? Like I'm pro human creation. Like that's what I am. So
Pro human creation.
Like I said, I'm pro black excellence. Because if you excellent, baby, I'm gonna support you all the way.
But also, there's no problem with you being pro-black. Like, okay, that's to each his own. Like, you acknowledging that you're not pro-black, that's totally fine.
I'm not pro the culture. I think that the culture is like ultimately harming us. The food that we eat is harming us. Like a lot of what is embraced in our culture is ultimately harming us more than doing good.
Like what?
Like the music, like the rappers, like the food, even the hairstyles. Most of us don't even got no edges anymore because of like the hairstyles that we grew up wearing. The keep it in this household, what happens in this household stays in this household, or stays in the family, like the not healing from trauma and just keep going. Like that's what I'm against in our culture.
Like the Black American culture?
Yeah.
She has a point.
She's right.
Oh yeah, she does have a point that in Black American culture we do tend to hide what we're going through, especially when it comes to what happens in our household stays in our household, which I do not agree with at all. I feel like that's something that we as a community we have to break that cycle. Speak out on what's happening, because if you don't, then no one's gonna know. So I can agree with that. With some things that are promoted within our community, we have to really break that, dismantle that, because it's harming us more than it's doing us justice. Jordan, you talking about Yon? You could speak up.
With this topic, I don't know about everybody else. O'Neal's still trying to talk because of this dang dog, but I'm done with this topic. So,
That dog alone.
Can we move on to the spanking is abuse? Because
Okay, we can
I
move on
am
to that.
anti-corporal.
Before y'all move on,
Okay,
the reason
before
I
we
came
move on.
up here, reason I came up here because I do believe that cis is a slur.
Okay, so you want to move on to that?
Yeah, because I'm big on the fact that you can't tell me what's a slur to me.
Oh, I have a question.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, not it. What? Hold on, how you gonna switch topics?
No,
hell?
only.
what was
You
that?
cannot do that, because you're right. You can't cut off Mimi and then say that you don't want to talk about that topic.
Well, excuse you.
Okay, so we can go. So this is what we'll do. We'll go into the spanking is not abuse, and then we'll go into the sis is not a slur, because
Well, I
that's
feel like
fine.
the spanking one's gonna last longer than the cis one. That's just me though. Like I feel like the cis is just like it will last for 2 minutes.
That's fine.
Why would you mute me?
Because that's not fair. Okay, we'll just do it, bro. Who wants to talk about sis is not a slur real quick?
I do.
I don't.
Nah, you can let them go to sis is not a slur first if you think it's gonna end. Because it might. I think it is a little less controversial. It's not that deep. Basically, it is, but it's
Okay,
not like
so we could
it's
do
not
that.
as multifaceted as the other. one.
Hi, Kitty. How old are
I
you?
want to talk about spanking is abuse.
Okay,
We're gonna do that one next. We're gonna do that one next. We're gonna do sis
we'll
is
do
not
that
a
next.
slur first.
Kitty, can you just say your age?
I'm 19.
19. Okay. Good. So, you feel as though cis is a slur due to you taking an offense, right? So, would you say that cis would still have the same effect as the N-word since you believe it's a slur?
If he said yes.
What's the matter? You want to come in?
Now that baby saying facts.
Oh, look at the baby!
Your baby is
The baby's
so
like,
cute.
Hi, cutie baby!
Baby is so cute.
We needed you
Your
right
baby
now.
is so beautiful. You
We
have
had
the
all
most
this
beautiful
negativity
baby
in the
I've ever
room, and
seen.
Here you come in, here pumpkin.
Aww. Look at her legs. She is so cute. Oh my god. I'm sorry. So cute.
O'Neal, are you gonna answer the question?
Right, or no?
It's my fault.
It's okay.
Yeah, we just needed a baby break real quick. Yeah.
She asked if you think that the cis is similar to the N-word because they're both slurs.
So I would say you can't tell me what's a slur to me. If you call me
Did that answer the question?
orange, no, but that's what I'm
That,
explaining.
no,
It.
oh no, it's a yes or no question. I just need to see where you stand logically. So if you say yes, then we'll. But I just need to. It's a yes or no.
I don't think it's as bad, but I definitely take offense.
No, that's not what I asked you. I said is it a slur?
Because you said to the N-word,
So O'Neal, the question here is this. She said that if cis is a slur to you, and the N-word, we can all agree as a collective, is a slur, or at least started out that way. Do the two have the same effect on you? Yes,
No,
and
No.
then why?
Okay.
no,
Can you
because
explain why?
the cis one is kind of new, and I haven't really been called
It's
it
not
too much.
new. Stop saying that bullshit. It's not new, bro.
You was never
exactly
using it before.
Damn.
Is new about
Guys literally have been used in the medical field since what
Nah,
are we
come on,
talking about?
New
Stop.
to
Like, just
you.
because you didn't
It's
stop.
definitely
Just
new.
because you didn't use it throughout your times doesn't mean it's new. Like, stop saying that.
Yo, guys, stop acting like as if. No. First of all, stop acting like as if the LGBTQ community is
The
just
LGBT,
like
some of the LGBTQ
1,000
community
years
people
old.
are not using cis either. That's what I'm talking about.
just came
If
out.
you were not brought up on the term,
You have been here the same amount of time that straight people have been. It's
No,
not
but
something that's
The term cis,
everything they say,
term
it
cis
just
came
came
out.
out.
bruh, the term cis and trans have literally existed at the same time. So if trans was a word, right?
Where
Then
was the
cis
first
is a
trans
word
person
as
that
well.
came
Why
out?
are we talking about
the term, listen, the term cis, the word cisgender is the antonym of transgender. The prefix
Exactly.
cis is Latin and means on this side of, and the term cisgender was coined in 1994.
Do you see how close that is? I was born in 1993.
Oh my god.
Barely older than me. So if
No,
We're talking about
hold on. What you're not understanding is that cisgender, that might be a new term that we use, right?
Exactly.
But the word cis, the prefix meaning same side of, has always been around. It's not something that's new.
What's wrong with like biological woman, biological man?
Exactly. Like, where did we change
right?
that?
Because when you're saying
We never use biological men or women except for TikTok. Who uses biological men and women? We already know that that's
The
not
only
what
place
y'all
that I've
do.
ever heard, the only
my
place that I've
God.
ever heard cis being used is TikTok. So what is your
Exactly.
point?
No, duh. That's what I'm saying. Biological women and man and cis has literally been used on TikTok. I have never in my life have ever heard anyone use biological woman or man outside of this. Like, this is what we're talking about.
So why
Like, what are we actually talking about here?
So why can't you use biological woman or biological man instead of cis? I'm sure that if that was the case, then
No, you would either use men or women, or you would use female or male. Stop acting like you use biological men or women.
The word cis has been used by people that are like the people that are not trans to part of the LGBT. It was made by them. The people that are LGBT, they didn't make that. Straight people did. They came up with the word cis. So when it also cisgender was made by straight people. Stop saying that it's a term that is made by straight people.
The reason why they don't use biological woman a lot is because they're saying that they are
But
biological.
now they're using it weaponized against heterosexual.
Can people talk one at a time? Hold on. We talk
Y'all all talking at once.
right, one at a time. Like it gets too hectic when everybody's talking at the same time. Just let people finish their sentence and then you can go. Go ahead. You can finish, Delisa.
Oh, but what I was saying is the reason why they use the term cisgender or cis woman and all of that is because they literally believe that there's some trans women on this app that literally believe that they are a biological woman and you cannot tell them otherwise. Also, they want to be referred to as a woman. So if they add the prefix to biological women, then they can just say, oh, I'm a woman and she's a cisgender woman.
That's not true at all. Us as trans people don't take away trans. We can't even take away trans. Y'all have that privilege to take away cis. We don't. So I don't know what you're talking about.
But look, you're doing that. You're not.
Can I offer? Wait, before y'all debate,